How's it going, everyone? Today I am finally here to review the Star Wars Black Series figures by Hasbro. When these figures first came out, I was not that impressed with them. Or I shouldn't say impressed, I definitely did see the higher detail, the larger scaled figures and all that, but I just thought it was a way for Hasbro to make some more money, charging, $20 for the 6-inch figures, which are actually more than what NECA usually charges at retail, because NECA charges about $17 or $18 for really high detailed, high articulated figures, and I just thought Hasbro coming in with these $20 figures wasn't a great deal or a great idea. But over the months, I kept watching reviews, I kept seeing the popularity rise, and the peer pressure of collecting kind of got me hooked, and I picked up the Darth Maul and the Sand Trooper, which I will have a video for up later as well. Now, when I first saw these, I wasn't actually a fan of the packaging in the box, but the more I actually saw them in person, I kind of actually like them. I like the whole window museum style display. It's very simple, very elegant, I guess you would say, with the bold Star Wars logo here and then saying Black Series. And in here, they'll have a picture of whichever character the action figure is. So this being Darth Maul, you will see the Darth Maul picture right there, and it's all mainly black and white with a few orange highlights or the orange trim. And I love the almost museum glass look too, because it gives you the full scale or the full picture of the figure, as well as all the accessories such as Maul's dual wielded lightsaber, the interchangeable head without the hood, and his binoculars that he uses in episode 1. So let's take a look around at the box. This side just a plain black, and the back kind of gives you a little silhouette image. Hope you can see that well from the glare. There we go. Almost like a silhouette image of the battle between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon in episode 1. It also gives you a little description of Darth Maul, who he is, and his quote that says, "At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi, at last we will have revenge." So I really like how subtle and simple the packaging actually is. They didn't go all out like they would with the Saga figures and the vintage collection with all the other characters in the line, all the details, all that. Just a simple description, who this character is, of course the Star Wars and what company, what brand it is, and then a quote from the character. So it's very, I guess, high class, upper class, however you want to say it, very elegant and high quality targeting for the Black Series. On the side, I like the overall how they left one side with the clear plastic. It gives it a nice look, but you can't really see much on this side either. It's just not too much you can see. It's just clear, see-through. So before I open this guy up, I want to do a little comparison also if you do get these figures autographed. So I actually met Ray Park twice now, one time at the WonderCon and a few months ago at Nuke the Fridge Con in Southern California here. And I was able to get him to sign the Darth Maul Black Series. Hope you guys can see that. Sorry about the glare, if I just switch it around. But the cool thing is, because Hasbro did make such a large see-through or glass display, even if you do get these boxes autographed, you can still see the majority of the figure. I mean, Ray Park does 2 signatures whenever you meet him. He'll do his own signature as Ray Park, and then he also does a Darth Maul signature, because he is the only one who has played Darth Maul in the single movie. So here you can see he just did his signature right here, and he did, size it down a little bit. I do have another photo with a larger autograph, but of course depending on what he will sign, and as well as other actors and characters, they will sign according to whatever you have. So even though he signed like right here, he didn't really block off much of the figure, so you can still see his lightsabers, you can still see the interchangeable head, and you still see practically the whole Darth Maul figure. The only thing really blocked off is just one arm, and that's about it. So that's a really good move by Hasbro too, making so much room on the displays that you can still get these autographed, you can still see a lot, and there won't be too much to block the view. And of course, I just wanted to show off my Darth Maul Black Series figure signed by Ray Park. Just had to throw that out there. Alright, so let's open up the non-autographed version and we'll come back. Alright, so Darth Maul is opened up, and I hope you guys can see it well from the lighting. You know, it's kind of hard with the dark cloak, sorry about that, that he has. He is actually kind of hard to balance and pose. I'm not sure if that's just me, if I just didn't work hard long enough on it, or it is this figure. But he does have kind of stiff joints, not the simple joints similar to NECA's or the old ones. But, you know, I was able to get him in this position, and as you can tell, he has his whole robe off. And what I actually noticed too, that the robe is all attached to the other head. So it's not like you can just take it off, and both heads are exactly the same. If I can get that focused, there we go. I'll do a comparison of both the heads. But this is basically the robe, you know, it's a very soft rubber. I was kind of afraid of ripping it when taking it off, but you just have to, you know, move around the arms and move the waist a little bit. So, you know, it's all soft rubber, and in the back you can see the hood and everything, the design. It's actually really nice, a good paint application, no chips or no other marks on it. And the head, you know, just right here you can see little, if you can see it, the hole right there for the neck. And it seems to be glued on. It seems to actually be the same exact head, and they just glued on this robe because you can still feel the horns on top of his head. And later on I'll come back and do a little comparison of both heads to show you that they are the same. And I'll also show you how to put this back on, so we'll get back to that. Now for the actual figure, it is a nice figure, you know, it's one of my favorite Darth Maul figures that they've had. They did a really good job on everything, including the accessory here, the binoculars he uses. Let me get that in focus. He's pretty small, you can fit it in his hand. You don't have to really work hard at the hands to fit the accessories in, because they are kind of soft rubber, so you don't have to use any heat application to loosen them up. But here we have the binoculars, you know, nice paint. Try to get that in the focus. There we go. So, you know, not much. I personally will not be using this accessory to pose him. I'm just, you know, I like more of the action poses and all that. So maybe in the future, if I ever do like a pose of him searching for someone, searching for Obi-Wan or Anakin and Qui-Gon, maybe. But for now, I'll leave him with his lightsabers. So now on to the figure. The lightsaber, I'll start out with the lightsaber too to get that out of the way. Like I said, they just come right out of the hands, not too bad. The lightsabers are really nice. You know, it's not like the old ones that have a lot of warping to them. Really, the only time I experienced some warping in these was when I was actually applying them together. And you can see they have the little slot and the plug, so you can just squeeze them in. It does get a little bit warped at the handles or the hilts if you try bending it, because it is a very soft rubber. But, you know, you can just bend it back into place, so it's not too bad. You don't have to worry about it breaking. And both are the same. So, now I'll just get that focused. It's kind of small. Let me see if I can get that. Alright, so this seems the best I can do for right now. But, you know, very simple, very accurate to Darth Maul's actual lightsaber. And then the saber itself is a harder plastic, almost translucent red. You can't see directly through it, but, you know, it's a very nice color. They did a really good job on the color too. They didn't skimp on it. And the paint application is nice. And like I said too, a little bit softer rubber for the hilt, but it's very easy to put back together and attach it to the other end. And so there we have it, the whole lightsaber. Now for the figure himself, he does have very good articulation. The head swivels left and right and up and down a little bit, you know, not too much. The arms in, out, up. The elbows, full rotation and turning. The wrists, a little bit tight, but not too bad once you loosen it up. Same with the other arm. The waist is really nice. I love when companies make their articulation at the waist like this, so you can really get him to pose many different ways, and that's actually better for him to balance, So if you just need him to, turn one way or the other way, you won't have much trouble there. And is there a lower waist? No, so it's just this upper waist right above the belt. The thighs are at the hips. They do twist and slightly move, depending on how far out they are. The knees are a bit tight. There's actually two joints at the knees, one at the upper knee, one at the lower. So you can get it to there, and then back. There you go. The knees do not twist though. And the ankles, it's mainly the feet that twist. Those are on a joint. I'm not sure if these are like a ball joint, but they do go up and down, but only in certain directions. Like if you have it directly on the joint, it can move up and down. So you can really pose him in some nice action poses and get him for however way you want. But I really like the ankle articulation here, so that's good. So let's see if we can get him to stand again. Almost, kind of. It's something you have to work on and your personal preference as to what you like. So now I'll go ahead and compare the heads, and very easy to pop off. Oh, there we go. So here's the head without the hood. Come on, there we go. So nice paint app on it, very good. Again, no chipping, no missing paints or anything. The horns really good. I kind of wish they made them a little bit sharper, but they're a little bit dull and rounded. And the one horn at the top here. So they're very accurate with the actual Darth Maul look. And in the back. And then I'll show you him with next to the hooded version. So like I said, they are the same face, same mold, just they give you two in each and they will put one glued to the robe. So not much to worry about there. And then putting him on, let's see if we can get this back on easily. I guess you would put his arm in first. There's one. Let's see if this guy, where's the hole for that? There we go. And then just snap his head back on. And you will hear that pop or that click when he goes in. And he definitely does look like a much bigger figure with the robe. The robe is kind of bulky, but doesn't limit his articulation. Well, I guess it does, actually, but you can still move the arms a good ways out, still move everything. And the waist too, you're a little bit limited in some directions, but it's not like some other figures like the NECA ones when you put the shoulder cannon on the Predators. They can't move their head at all. And this one too, you actually can't move the head because of the hood glued to the head. So that's one, I guess, lack of this figure, or one negative side of it. But overall, I really like this figure. I'm actually really glad I got it, and I hope Hasbro will keep improving on their Black Series and actually keep putting out improved Black Series figures, and does a great job. So stick around for the Sand Trooper review, and see you guys next time.